Hey everyone, good morning. Happy Saturday. Welcome to this edition of AARP Michigan's Rhythm Circle. My name is Kathleen Simler. I'm the Senior Manager of Communications, and I'm so glad you're here with us this morning. There's really no better way to get your heart pumping and your energy flowing than with a Saturday morning rhythm circle, especially one that's full of music, movement, and connection. If this is your first time joining us, welcome, and don't worry, you'll catch on in no time. The beauty of this being virtual is you can move at your own pace, take breaks, follow along, or even add your own flair if the rhythm moves you. But before we get started, we'd love to hear from you. I know some people are already doing it. Hello, Brooklyn. So go ahead and drop a note in the chat and let us know where you're tuning in from. I'm joining you from a quilting retreat in Ann Arbor. Shout out to all my quilting sisters out there. I'm so happy to be here, though, with all of you as we wake up our brains with music. It's probably going to make me a better quilter today. We're thrilled to welcome back the one and only Bujo Jones, a world-class percussionist, band leader, producer, and educator at Michigan State University, who has inspired joy and community through music for decades. I just recently had the privilege to see him live at a club, and wow, it was really something. So joining him, of course, is his incredible wife, Martine Dalton Jones, a talented musician in her own right, and she's going to help guide us through today's rhythmic journey. But if this rhythm circle isn't just fun, it's good for your brain. And that's why AARP is involved in it. Research shows that engaging in rhythmic activities like drumming can improve memory, boost cognitive function, lift your mood, and reduce stress. And even in a virtual space like this, doing it together helps build social connection, something we all need to stay sharp, grounded, and well as we age. So even if we're not in the same room together, we are in rhythm together. So if you're new, get ready to feel energized and uplifted. This class is a way of waking up not just your body, but your spirit too. Whether you're here to groove, chat with new friends, or just try something new, you're absolutely in the right place. So in a moment, I'm going to step behind the camera and let Bujo and Martine take it away. But before I do, I want to quickly share some news. Our next Rhythm Circle event is going to be on Saturday, November 8th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So mark your calendar, Saturday, November 8th at 10 a.m. We hope to see you back here then. You'll find the link for that event in the chat. We'd love for you to join us or share it with anyone who might be interested. So now let's shake off the stress, tune into the beat, and enjoy a morning of rhythm, connection, and joy. Bujo, take it away.
Thank you so much, Kathleen. Appreciate it. And hello out there. We're coming from our dining room in beautiful West Michigan. Beautiful. Well, it's raining here, so we need the rain. So thank you for having me into your spaces. This is my wife, Martine Dalton Jones. I'm Kevin Bujo Jones. And today we're going to be doing some things with rhythm. So what is a rhythm? A rhythm is basically a series, as it pertains to music, it's a series of rhythms or sounds that form a pattern and repeated over and over again to a pulse, right? So we're going to be talking about define a few terms for you so you can be better acquainted with what we're going to do. Just a quick note, the reason why we're having these rhythm circles is to promote specifically brain health and health in general. It's scientifically a scientific fact that playing music, learning a new instrument, dancing, singing, etc., is really good for our brain health. And as we grow older, I say we because I'm also a senior citizen and a bona fide member of AARP. It really helps when we play music, when we learn something new, we use parts of our brains that are very helpful. And it's also helpful in the recovery from brain injury or even having some issues with memory and that sort of thing. So as someone who is a survivor of traumatic brain injury, you know, I know for a fact that playing music has helped me greatly in the past, and it still helps me. So keeps me young, keeps me vibrant, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So let's talk about what is a pulse. So do you know what a pulse is? No? You know what a pulse is? Yeah, pulse.
Yeah, pulse in your body.
In your body, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You feel it, right? Like goes over and over again. So if I were to grab, that's a pulse, right? Sometimes it goes faster. I'm sure our own pulse, when something happens, like somebody stops short and you're in the car and somebody stops short, your pulse goes faster. Right. Or right. So we'll be working with pulse. And just a FYI, if you don't have a drum, you can use something around your house, even if you have a container, somewhat like this Folgers container. You could turn it upside down. So grab something if you don't have a drum.
Paint can.
A paint can. Oh, that's good. Or paint bucket. Right now, today, we're my wife and I, Martine and I, are playing what we call the djembe drum, which is originally from West Africa. These are my two favorite djembes that I have. I have a lot of djembes here. They have babies, as my wife likes to say.
Lots of children.
Lots of children here. And if you don't have a drum today, like I said, you can try to play some of the rhythms that we're going to do on a table or a container. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to know, if you do have a drum, there's three basic sounds of the djembe, or even a drum like a conga drum, etc., etc. And those are tone, bass, and slap. Tone, bass, right? So for all those interested, you want to try to get yourself into a ready position, which is sort of putting your drum between your legs. And to get a tone sound, you want to keep your fingers straight, and you want your hands to be inside of the circumference of the drum. So let me see if I can show that here, like so, right? Sort of make a triangle, but make sure your knuckles are lined up along the edge of the drum, so your fingers are inside of the head of the drum. So all you want to do is to come down on the drum, keep your fingers straight, and come down on the drum like so. So do you want to try that? So let's try a tone sound. Good, very good. So that's a tone sound. The next sound you want to that we're going to show you is a bass sound. A bass sound, you put your hands a little bit more towards the middle of the drum, and you want to use your palm and all your fingers to come straight down on the drum, like so. Good. Good. And that's a bass sound. Now, the next sound is a little bit more difficult, or a lot more difficult, to finesse and to make for beginners usually. But I'm going to show it to you anyway, so you know how it's supposed to sound. And then you could try your best as time goes on. If you buy a drum or you have a drum, you could practice it. So when you come down almost like a tone, except instead of this part of your hand getting the bottom part of your hand towards the pad, instead of that getting the focus of your energy, you're going to try to strike with the top digit of your fingers, like from here up, right? Like so. Okay, so it's almost like a whip. So try it. You want to try that? Whoa, very good. Woo. So let's try it anyway, okay? Stop. Very good. Okay. So today we're going to, with those three basic sounds, we're going to learn a rhythm. Fairly simple. I don't want to give you anything too complicated, but we're going to try to do some different things with this rhythm. Okay. So just to note that the djembe has other accompaniment instruments called that they play with sticks called dun or dunun, or some people say jun, and they play with sticks, and that's actually what makes the rhythm. But we're going to learn the djembe portion of this rhythm called kuku, K-U-K-U, or K-O-U, and I teach this because the parts are not that complicated. They can be as you start to layer on part after part, accompaniment part after accompaniment part. But let's start out with this rhythm, kuku. So you want to take, if you're right-handed, you take your right hand. If you're left-handed, you could play the opposite or whatever you prefer. Okay? So I'm going to start with, oh, you remember. So we're going to take our right hand and we're going to try to play a slap sound. If you can't, the tone sound is fine. Okay? So we're going to play a slap with our right hand, like so. Then a bass with our left hand. So it's going to sound like this. Yes. Slap, bass. Yes. Slap, bass. Slap, bass. And then, so after that, we're going to play two tones, right, left. Tone, tone. Good. So notice the space between the two tones is shorter. smaller than the space between the slap and the bass. So the full rhythm is going to sound like this. Slap, bass, drum, drum. Slap, bass, drum, drum. Good. Slap, bass, drum, drum. 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 Uh-huh. Slap, bass, drum, drum. And stop. Okay. So let me know how you're doing. I'm going to play it. I'm going to slow it down, but put your comments in the chat about anything. Well, not about anything, about what we're doing. Can you expound on Nietzsche? Or Plato? Yeah, any questions pertaining to what we're learning today. Yeah, so I'm going to slow it down. We'll play it a lot slower, but I wanted you to hear how it sounds. Now, the pulse, let me see if I can play. That's the pulse, right? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, and 3, 4. And 1, 2, and 3, 4. And 1. That's okay. I'm going to do it a little bit slower, or maybe a lot slower, so everybody can catch up. Some of you have been following the Rhythm Circle and logging on for a couple of years, and I probably taught this this rhythm a couple of times in the past couple of years. So it may be you already know this already, but so I'm going to play it very, very slow. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Slap, bass, dum, dum. 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 Okay? All right. My slap and tone are sounding alike. Sherry, yeah. So Sherry, yeah, it happens, especially with the slap sound. It's fine. If you're just like starting out, if you've been playing for 10 years, it's a different story. But if you're just starting out, it's hard. Yeah, it's hard. It's a difficult sound to create on your drum. But, I'll just tell you a story. when I first started playing, like many years ago, in 1969, it took me like a year, at least a year, to be able to play a slap on command. Right? So that's going to happen. So if you have a drum, just keep working on it. The slap sound is very difficult. I teach students at Michigan State, at MSU, and even some of my students have a hard time, and these are percussion performance majors, that they have a hard time when they first start out trying to play a slap. But eventually, after about a year, they get to learn. They sort of, after practicing every day, they're starting to get it, and they sound good. But myself and a lot of other people, it's very, very difficult to have the right positioning of your hand. I tell you one thing is that, and I don't want to get too detailed because some people, they just want to play. So we're going to do some of that too. But, when you come down on the drum, and I don't know if I could do a close up, but let me see. So instead of having, like, when you're playing a tone, your hand is flat and this is the part. So your hand is going to be flat on the drum. When you're playing a slap, the knuckles are elevated slightly. So you're avoiding getting contact right here with the skin, the head of the drum. But here and here is where you want to get the contact. So I don't know, flat. So tone, slap. And your fingers should be sort of relaxed. I don't know how to explain it other than that. Yeah. So you're going to make contact straight, right? That's straight. And that's a little bit raised. So you come. There you go. She's good, y'all. Okay. All right. So we have that, right? So we have slap, bass, tone, tone. Slap, bass, tone, tone. So let's start. I'm gonna count in today. For right now, I'm gonna count in, and then we're gonna learn how to play a signal. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Slap, bass, slap, bass. Good. 1, 2, 3, and stop. Okay? So that's the first part. And so that is what we call a rhythm. But all African-based drumming, African diaspora drumming, is polyrhythmic. So you have rhythm and you have polyrhythm. So now we're going to learn a little bit of how that works. So normally what we have is we have more than 2 or 3, some 4, 5, sometimes 6 different rhythms going on at the same time within inside of what we call this particular rhythm that we're learning today called cuckoo. K-U-K-U, cuckoo. So let's learn the other rhythm, okay? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna play 2 tones close together, like so. So when you play tone, you want that to be that. Right. So good. Okay. 2 tones, right, left. And then we're going to play, which is hard, a slap sound with your left hand. So it's going to sound like this. Tone, tone, slap.
Do that again.
Tone, tone, slap. Right.
Do it with my left hand.
Tone, tone, slap. One. Yes. So that slap is like on the in-between beat, syncopated. Yes. Then we're going to play 2 tones again. Tone, tone, slap, tone, tone. Again. 1, again, and. Oops, again. 3, 4, and. 3, 4, and. 3, 4, and. 3, 4, and. So now we're going to learn one more note. So tone, tone, slap, tone, tone, slap. So when you play, don't go to the middle, right? So let me play. We're going to play these 2 rhythms together. So we're going to play the first. You're going to play the first rhythm. Go ahead. So you focus on that rhythm, and I'm going to play the other one. Ta-da! Everybody, how many people thought that was pretty cool? That was cool, y'all. So yeah, not so simple, little bit, maybe a little bit complex for some of you out there. Confusing putting them together. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. But the thing is, we want to be as productive as possible. So, this is called the rhythm circle. What we call, and they have what we call drum circle. So we're creating rhythms on top of other rhythms. Yeah, it is a little bit confusing at first, but when you hear all of the rhythms put together, it sounds beautiful, right? So you can imagine, like if you were in a choir, and there's what, 50, 60, 70 people in the choir, and they all sang the same note, right? That would be kind of boring, right? It would be a little bit like, everybody's singing unison, right? But when you put the sopranos, the altos, the tenors, and the basses together, like you get this layer, and the music becomes much more interesting, much more beautiful, right? It's the same thing with putting together rhythms on top of rhythms, right? So, okay, Joan. So, hi, Joan. So you need to know which hand to use for each hit, right? On the second part. The second part. So the second part is, I didn't cover that too good. So I'm going to do that again. So there's a couple different ways to do this. So what I showed you was this, right? So what I showed you was right, left. So right, left, left, right, left, right. 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 So if you have trouble with that, you can just play this. Right, left, right, left, right. Right, left. As a matter of fact, when we play this rhythm really fast, you don't have time to do, so that's like medium tempo. But when it's like super duper duper crazy fast, sometimes we play, sometimes we even don't have time for that. Sometimes we play. Just the tone parts, yeah. So the main part of that rhythm is the tone. So if you don't have the coordination to play, you can just play right, left, right. You can drop that left hand, the third note. You can drop that out if you want to. Usually though, you know, so here I teach traditional rhythms, right? I've been to a lot of drum circles where everybody's just playing whatever they want to play. And to me, that's not fun. That's not really drumming. So, you know, right? And you can't really tell like who's playing, where's the pulse, what's happening, right? So here you're learning, well, we're all learning traditional rhythms the way they were taught for many, 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 many years. Authentic, traditionally, yeah. So anyway, so let's do maybe a simpler rhythm to add to that. So everybody, let's play a bass, and then another bass. So we're gonna play bass, bass. Yes, bass, bass. 1, 2. Okay, and then we're gonna play. Sorry. Tone, 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 tone. Tone, 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 tone. Bass, bass. Bass, bass. Tone, 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 tone. Bass, bass. Tone, tone, tone.
And musician.
It's okay. Bass, bass. Tone, tone, tone. Good. Bass, bass. Tone, 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 tone. Bass. Everybody. And bass, bass, tone, 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 bass, bass, tone, tone, tone. Bass, bass, dum, dum, dum. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 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 Tone, 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 bass, bass, tone, 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 bass, bass, tone, 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 bass, bass, tone, tone, tone. One, 2, 3, and stop. Did everybody get that one? Okay, that's good. That's good. That's real good. That's real good. That's real good. How are you doing? Yes. How are you doing? let us know in the chat, okay? I know it's a lot of information, but when we get it all together, it really sounds great. I wish I had like 3 or 4 more people in here so we could do the whole rhythm and you could really hear how it sounds. I think that one day I'm gonna make a little video and maybe they could show it how it sounds with some of my students at the school. So yeah, so let's try that with the first rhythm. Okay. So some of you, if you want to play along with us, we're going to play slap, bass, tone, tone. So I'm going to have Martine play slap, bass, tone, tone, slap, bass, tone, tone. And I'll play the rhythm that we just learned. That's another accompaniment rhythm. And when you get all of these rhythms stacked on top of each other, man, it's beautiful. So beautiful, so beautiful. So let's do it slowly. Slap, let me see. Slap, bass, tone, tone. Slap, bass, tone, tone. Like that. Tone, tone. Slap, bass, tone, tone. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to switch my rhythm to the second rhythm. Go. Okay, so now one last thing we're going to learn today. We're going to learn what we call the break or the signal. Break, signal, doesn't, whatever. They're both same thing. So in African diaspora music, it used to be that depending on the other instruments playing in the ensemble, and it might have been a balafon or a kora, which is a string like a harp almost, or the vocal, they would just start and they would know when to come in. But with the advent of African dance ballets shows, they needed something to know when to bring instruments in, bring the drummers in, or to change the choreography, et cetera, et cetera. So they created this thing, what we call a break or a signal, right? And for this music and a lot of other rhythms, one of the breaks goes like this. 1, and start, right? Start, right? And right? So let's try that. I'll do it slower. Right. Whoa. Uh-oh. Who fell?
The Panther.
The Black Panther fell.
He was feeling the music. He moved a little too fast.
We'll put him right by here. Poor thing. Anyway. You know, it's okay to be silly sometimes and laugh, right? You don't have to be so serious. Black Panther. Wakanda forever. Anyway, okay, so back to the signal or the break. So this is how it works. So we're going to start with just, I'm going to play the signal, or we're going to play the signal and then start into the music and then end. Okay, I'll do it really slow. So just play cuckoo, the same slap bass tone. So I don't want to get too confused, get everybody so confused. So here we go. 1, 2, 6. Right? Now we're going to end together with the signal. Here we go. Right? So I don't really even have to count. I could just go. Right? And so that is very, very authentic, traditional rhythms for cuckoo, what we call cuckoo. So we're going to do one more thing, and so we can keep it, oh man, keep it light. I'm going to leave 5 minutes at the end, 5 more minutes at the end to answer any questions that you have. We're going to do something that's not traditional. So we're going to do what we call call and response. Call and response. What does that mean? I call you.
I answer. Hey,
Yeah.
Hey,
How you doing?
Hey,
Hi.
Hey,
Okay. So I'm going to play some. In other words, I'm going to play something, and you guys respond. Okay.
Can't do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, call and response. So we're gonna get better at that, right? So what that does is, okay, so you have to kind of calculate. If I did go doom, you have to follow what it is, and so that puts your brain on like, okay, high alert. I got to remember and repeat exactly what I played, right? What was just played, and so that really helps with memorization. Just like sometimes I'm in a class or I'm at a gathering, and you know how you go around you meet somebody and they have like their whole entire family, and there's like 12 people in the family, and it's like, this is John, this is Jane, this is so and so, this is so and so, this is so and so, and I'm like, okay, I got John and Jane, but I can't remember Robert, Richard, Peggy, and whoever else, right? So this is like kind of like a brain teaser kind of thing. So if you guys have any questions, did you signal with two hands? Oh, it's Jean Chu. Hi, Jean Chu.
Jean.
You don't have to, Jean. You can play it like that, and then sometimes I play. Usually, the traditional way is what we call in drumming a flam. It doesn't matter. I mean, you could just play. Does that answer your question? I did, in other words, but yes, I did in the signal. But you can. It's okay. There's no rule. There's no like rule that says, hey, you got to end the signal with two hands. That's incorrect. Nobody's gonna be get on your case for that. And Sherry says that was fun. That was fun, y'all. So let's do bass. One hand with bass, and then bass, dum, 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 bass, dum, dum, dum. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Bass, dum, 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 bass, dum, dum, dum. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and stop. Very good. So it's almost time to go. And just want you to please spread the word about our rhythm circles. Our next rhythm circle for AARP will be Saturday, November 8th. That's in, wait, that's gonna be soon, y'all. So today is the 18th, so we have 18, so 3 weeks from today. So spread the word. Oh yeah, the next rhythm circle will take place on November 8th at 10 a.m. If you haven't already registered, please use the link in the comments. I'd like to thank AARP of Michigan for having myself and my wife, Martine. I think this is really important because you get a little bit of historical, factual, traditional drumming. You have some fun at the same time. And just to note that this has been so successful. We're going on, 4 years? Man, we're going on 5 years.
Yeah, you're right.
Since January of 2021, we started this. And it started out obviously during COVID, and it was not in person. It was during COVID, and the person that was doing it dropped out and couldn't do it anymore. So they asked me at the last minute, and I came in and did it. And I've been sitting here in our dining room, giving lessons and talking about, African drumming and the importance of it. So please remember to take care of yourself, engage yourself in whatever type of drumming that you can, dance, learn an instrument, turn on, take your drum or your shakers or your container and like hang out in your living room for a half an hour and just play to the music and try to get, you can turn on any of your favorite music. Doesn't matter what it is, I mean, it could be Simon and Garfunkel. Doesn't matter. Santana, or I could tell we old now.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know. I'm trying to remember John Mayer, I don't know. Even he's kind of older now.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Anyway.
Time marches on.
Yeah, time marches on. But, hang out in your living room, play to some records, just get the flow going, dance as much as possible. All of that is really good for your brain health, especially dancing, gets your cardio together. And remember that the weather is changing, right? Even though it's like all the leaves are still on the trees, at least this Saturday they are, most of them. Where we are, it's getting ready to turn. It's coming, y'all. the real fall is coming. It's really been warm here, unusually warm this fall, but It's coming. So please take care of yourself. You could tell Martine and I have some kind of weird cold thing going on, sneezing and coughing and what have you. So please take care of yourself, and we'll see you on November 8th at 10 a.m. sharp. Okay? Ciao for now. Everybody be good. Stay healthy.